Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse, the live broadcast post Mississippi State game. And man, we barely made it out, man. Joseph, we barely did it. It was definitely it was definitely a nail biter. They looked like, in the first half, like they was gonna be able to run away with the game. But they definitely made it interesting. They let State creep back in and make it a game. The one thing that I will give them credit for, they actually hit their free throws. So, I've been saying all season that good teams hit free throws at the end of the game and ice the games, and at least I can say they did that. They definitely they still don't really look like a great team that's capable of doing much as far as the postseason is concerned, but we gotta take it one day at a time. Mark Roberts said Chris Livingston put the team on his back in the second half. Yeah, I think Chris got to do more. He gotta make sure that he finds his way into the game, even if he actually isn't having plays and different things like that. Ran for him. He definitely got to figure out a way to stay involved and stay active. Stephen Douglas said Mississippi State got screwed. Wallace traveled for sure. And Mark Roberts said, once again, Oscar was cooked. Yeah, definitely. He definitely was. TC The Voice said, great game by the Cats. Mississippi State was on a 5-game win streak. Wasn't going to be easy, but we pulled it out. Yeah, at this point, I think every game is going to be a battle for Kentucky. Every game is going to be a struggle. I don't think it's no easy victories left on the schedule. It's a couple of teams that we should beat. In theory, I would say we should beat Florida. We should beat Vandy. But definitely, horror guy said he's definitely worried about Tennessee. Yeah, that's a scary one. I think, what I'm saying? The only thing that makes me feel a little bit better about that situation is that we do got them at home. So that makes me feel a little bit better about it. Reeves was playing really well in the first half. Reeves actually been playing a lot better over these last couple of games. He definitely May said, what was he thinking with that foul? He definitely I don't know what he was doing on that play either, but overall I think he's finally like finding his way a little bit. It's taken him the whole season for him to start to look good, but I'm glad to see him actually, become a solid contributor, well, a guy where I feel like I can at least count on him to get me 12 to 14. My little brother said Call of Duty. Yes, I'll be playing Call of Duty tonight, but I got to finish my stream, brother. You just got to wait. Kaysen definitely injured, probably back issues. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing like last game that Kaysen definitely, the way he was playing, I knew something had to be wrong with him, so I'm sure it was definitely his back. My guy Dice Gilbert said, at least we finished the game and closed it out. Yeah, I was just happy to see him not blow that one because it was starting to look ugly, like they was getting ready to let it slip away when they realistically they should have probably won the game by 10 points. Joseph Towns Call of Duty, more like Kentucky has the Call of Duty. Because we are not a good team. We are capable of so much more. Yeah, we definitely we still disappointing in my eyes. It's hard to really see a lot of positive. I guess look, I'll find a positive for you. Oscar did play a little bit better offensively. He definitely he just been struggling lately, but at least he definitely had numbers wise, he had a solid performance. He definitely he shot good, 7 for 13, you know what I'm saying? He rebounded well, 12, scored 18. So, you know, he definitely played a little bit better. Ashton said we live to see another day. Yeah, that's really all we can hope for now. It's basically every game is an elimination game for us. It's pretty much like we in a tournament, you know, season right now, because every game we lose, we out. So we got to keep winning to stay in. Lenardi said if we win, we back in. So I'm assuming we the last team in right now. So we got to just keep winning. Dice said he don't want to see Oscar dribbling more than 3 times. I agree. Somebody had asked me if Oscar should play the 4 position, and I don't think Oscar should play the 4 because he cannot do anything out on the floor. He did hit a couple jump shots though. I will give him that. But once he starts to dribble too much, it can get ugly. Ashton said Chris is a dog. Yeah, that's you know, sometimes that's the reason why I be a little frustrated with Chris, because I feel like Chris can give us more. I feel like he just hasn't figured it out yet. But I hate to say this because it's not going to benefit Kentucky, but I think he's going to end up becoming a solid basketball player, but it's just going to be a little bit later down the road. I hate that, but you know, I just think that's the way it's going to be. Horror Guy said, please bring Reed Sheppard, man. I love Reed Sheppard, to be honest with you. I had did a video about him earlier. I think in the summertime. I love Reed Sheppard. I can't wait to see Reed in the blue and white. I've been paying attention to him a little bit this season. He definitely been balling out. I think he gonna be a tough kid, man. We'll have to see compare him to his dad, but I think he gonna be all right. Dice said maybe Chris stays next year. I don't know. We'll see. I just got a feeling that Chris is going in the draft, and you know, I think he gonna get drafted when they work him out and different things like that. I think he won't go as high as he probably should go. He'll probably end up having the same situations like Ty. He gonna you know, he gonna get drafted low in the first round, but I think he will get drafted though. Martin said he is gone, guaranteed. Yeah, I think he's gone too. Now I don't know about Oscar. Oscar is the situation that is just super like up in the air with me, because like there's a piece of me that kind of feels like Oscar has reached his ceiling. So I don't know if Oscar's going to get any run in the NBA. I think the best he could probably hope to do is overseas. But at the same time, I feel like if he comes back, I mean, maybe he might end up being in the way, kind of. Because I just have to see what some of these young guys look like. And I know it sounds crazy to even act like I don't want the National Player of the Year on the squad, but I would just have to wait and see, because I just don't know what he would bring to the table. I don't know if he would end up blocking somebody younger that could potentially be better or could potentially progress more, because you still probably might have Collins, Onyenso, you know, Bradshaw. So I don't know. Horror Guy said, bring back Keon Brooks Jr. Yeah, unfortunately, Keon is playing well, so, you know. Joseph Town said, that's crazy. Yeah, it is kind of crazy to even say. Like, it feels weird for me to even let that come out of my mouth, but, you know, I just kind of feel like it might be the case, though. You know what I'm saying? if Kaysen gets healthy, we can make a run. I love Kaysen, man. Kaysen is one that I think, he definitely gone, but I feel like even though he would take up a starting position over one of the newer cats, like I think he would be cold blooded if he played on the team with, next year's squad. But, he would just probably make one of the other guys unhappy by having them on the bench. So it probably end up, causing some drama. But I love Kaysen though. But I think Kaysen gonna get drafted probably midway in the first round. I think he'd be a lottery pick, but I don't think he'd be like top 5 or nothing like that. He'd probably be like in the 12 to 15 range probably, if I had to guess. You know what I'm saying? Horror guy said Deontay Allen is playing good at Western Kentucky. I ain't been paying attention to him, honestly. I ain't watched no highlights of him, so I haven't seen him at all. But I might go check out some games and see what he's doing. I kind of I don't know, man. I feel like Allen might not have been able to handle the SEC play. Sometimes I just be feeling like some of these guys, maybe when they leave, maybe they succeed because they playing a little bit lesser competition. But it always hurts when you see them play better after they leave. Cause I'm obviously, it's a couple of them that's doing well. Hopkins, Keon, but then again, I'll be like, well, are they just dominating because they playing in different conferences with, weaker overall talent? Who knows? But they definitely look like, they doing their thing. So we'll see. Town said at least we aren't Louisville. Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be worse. You know what I'm saying? It definitely could be worse. Dice Gilbert said Adu needs more minutes. Yeah, Adu's been having a super funny season because he just always it's just always up in the air. It seemed like he really only gets a chance whenever we have injuries or foul trouble. So we don't hardly ever really get to see him. I hope that he takes the off season very seriously and gets himself all the way together and gets ready to go, because next year they're going to have some studs coming in. So if he wants to get some minutes, it's going to be even harder next year. So he got to be, even more prepared than he felt like he was this year. Ashton said, how in the 7 seeds did Louisville almost beat Virginia? I didn't end up seeing what the final score was, but I knew they was hanging tough with them for a second, but, I didn't get to end up seeing what was going on. Louisville, I watched, they ended up 58-61. Wow, that's crazy. I was in the house for Louisville, North Carolina, and they was hanging with North Carolina for a split second, and then they had a little funny situation happen, and then they kind of just flopped after that. Robert said he think Ugonna needs minutes. I think the only thing that's holding Onyenso back right now is I just think he just ain't really strong enough to physically compete. But I think if he gets in the weight room and gets himself ready to bang around in the SEC, I think he would definitely. I think he's going to end up being an elite shot blocker for us. But I just think he just physically he gets moved around a lot. But I definitely think at some point when he's able to like hold his own with the strength, I think he gonna be all right. Town said, oh, nice, you went to the Yum Center. It's beautiful. Nah, it actually is nice. That was my first time ever actually being in there. And it kind of was annoying because it actually was a nice arena. As much as I wanted to just throw shade, I couldn't really throw shade because it is super nice. I haven't been in Rupp Arena this year, so I don't know if they've changed anything. I went last year a couple times, but I haven't been this year actually, so I don't know if it's different from the last time I went. So But yeah, it was a little disappointing to see how nice it was. And Yum Center is actually kind of old now too, which makes it even worse. Horror guy said, "I'd like to see the Lakers versus Kentucky." No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't like to see that. Daryl Williams L's down. Absolutely, got to get the L's down. May said, "What's going on with Lance?" Your guess is as good as mine because I had got to the point where I was thinking maybe Lance was injured because I felt like Lance was playing pretty decent, probably the best that he had ever played in Kentucky, and then he just disappeared. And I was really shocked when I seen him actually get some minutes today. Let me see how many minutes did he play. He actually played 8 minutes. He got 3 rebounds. He didn't do much, but I was shocked because Coach Cal had been going to Collins over the last couple of games, and then he brought in Ware first off the bench, and I was just kind of like, what? Calipari he been all over the place this season with the rotations and the substitutions. Like, we never really know from game to game who's going to play, who's going to do what. The only thing that we know is with these injuries that certain people are going to get a little bit more run than normal, but from time to time, we just can't really anticipate what's going to happen and who's going to play. It's almost like they on a game by game basis, every player, except for the certain ones, but it's kind of wild though. Let's see. He said, horror guy said, is Wheeler gonna keep playing? I think as soon as Wheeler gets healthy, he'll be back in rotation. But I don't know how severe his injury is. So I ain't really checked to see what they've been saying about it. So I really don't have any clue. Like, ain't no telling. Frederick, same way. Like, I don't really know when either of those guys will be back. Frederick has just been probably the most disappointing player for me because I really was expecting him to get busy. And I feel like he was starting off in the summer. He was hooping. He was looking good. Then when the games really started popping off, he looked like he was overwhelmed by the competition. Then he got injured and started playing like garbage. But his confidence was up a little bit. He was looking like a basketball player, but he just wasn't hitting. His hand was wrapped up. Then he had a game where after his hand was better and he looked like a ball player, and I thought he was about to break out, and then he just pretty much went back to the old. So I don't know. It's been kind of rough. The only thing that's been helping us a little bit lately is that we have been getting some out of Antonio Reeves more than we was able to get all season long. And we would have lost tonight if it wasn't for just like Oscar Tshiebwe actually play. He had Oscar Tshiebwe numbers again. He's still going to struggle. He's still going to have his turnovers and different things like that. Sometimes, man, when some of the moves that they make, it's just, they don't really have any vision of what's going to happen or where they really trying to go. Like, the one play, Oscar, he made a little move underneath the basket and he didn't have nowhere to go with the ball, and he ended up throwing a bad pass out, and it ended up leading to Chris Livingston getting a foul and an and one against him. And it all really started from Oscar just really making a crazy basketball play where he really didn't know what he was even trying to do. And that's the type of plays that just been killing us. We just make too many of those every game. And fortunately, Mississippi State wasn't able to capitalize off of that. But, against Tennessee, if we doing that type of stuff, we probably going to, get drilled. I mean, unfortunately, I hate to say that, but they're going to have to be all the way on point to beat Tennessee. Horror guy said, I wish I could play. Coach Cal recruit me. Yeah, man. I don't know though. If Cal recruited you, man, he probably just put you on the bench right next to a dude. You know how he does, man. So it said it would be great to wake up all of a sudden and 2015 is back with a healthy Poitras. Yeah, honestly, I think that was the key to us losing. I think if Poitras would have been healthy, I do believe we would have won the championship. And I hate to just act like one guy makes that much of a difference, but I really do believe that one key injury definitely hurt us. Because, you know, if you remember, Willie Cauley-Stein kind of had a bad game. But Poitras was just one of them ones that, you know, he was going to be physical. He was going to rebound. He was going to be able to finish around the basket. Just play tough, play hard. So I definitely feel like we definitely would have probably won the championship if we'd have had him on the team. But yeah, overall, you know, Toppin, you know, he had an okay game. Toppin didn't really get too much done outside of, he did score 16 points. But he didn't really get enough done on the glass for me. Like 4 rebounds. I would like to see him get about 6 or 7, maybe even 8. But you know, for the amount of playing 37 minutes, he did shoot 7 for 9, which was good. But I just would like to see him, you know, be a little bit more active on the glass. But really, only people that really showed up for real was Livingston, Toppin, Reeves, Sheway. You know, Kaysen did have 11 assists, though. I can't knock Kaysen for that. Kaysen was definitely distributing, but he just couldn't hit nothing. Like, he shot the ball like garbage. Like 1 for 13 is crazy. But like I said, I give him a little bit of a pass because I do think he's injured. So, you know, I try to I feel like if his back is healthy, I feel like we can count on Kaysen. But at least he did give us 11 assists because he didn't really give us much of anything else. But we just gotta get more contribution from some of the other guys. We just don't have enough. Like, we need more people to step up and be ready to do more. Martin said, moving forward, Jacob and Chris got to score. Yeah, I agree. We got to get some more people that just get in there and get ready and just try to get some buckets. Sheway might play bad some games, but he gonna always try to get something done. Like he might not be able to make stuff happen against everybody that we play against, but he gonna try hard. And I need some of the other players to get in that same mode. Just gotta go for it. Like you might mess up, you might shoot bad, but you just gotta go for it. You gotta play hard. You can always affect the game defensively, even if you're not playing well on offense. You can always play hard. You can rebound. You can play good D. Like, there's a number of things you can do to affect the game positively, even if you're not scoring a bunch. So, you know, we got to just get more guys involved. And, you know, like we say, at the end of the day, we got an ugly victory. We back in the tournament. So realistically, that's all we can hope for, is to just keep taking these victories. We just got to take it one game at a time and try to get as many as we can of these last, 5 games. So we just leave it at that, man. But anyways, thank y'all for joining me for another post-game broadcast. And I will see y'all this weekend. Hopefully we will be discussing a victory over Tennessee. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that. But either way, y'all, y'all get ready for the game, and we'll do it again next time. Sports and Discourse with Derek Stevenson. We out of here.